Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So let's continue the paper. This time we're going to go into task 3 database, and remember the paper is 2024 May June paper 2 variant 2, and it's a database. Now as usual we're going to create some reports, and the format of the day should be day, month and year, which is DMY. The standard for UK, all currency values must be same currency with 2 decimal places. That means you can use any currency you like. However, decimal places should always be 2. Question number 13, use a database software to import this table, which is the student table. Whenever they say this, that means you need first of all to create an access database in your folder. And then let's import the first file. We go external, from file, text file as usual, browse, and let's go for our file, which is student. Next, and look for the first row. Most of the time it contains the field names, and then let's double check from the advanced there that the date order is always DMY. Okay, now next, and now we can go and check. All of these are text, date and time for the DOB, text, and this one should be date and time. We're good. And later we're going to set it in this format after we finish importing the table. Again, all text, fees paid should be boolean, and the last one is text. So let's go for fees paid. This one should be yes, no, and the rest text. Next, do we have a primary key? Set the roll number at the primary key. So let's set the roll number. Where is it? At the primary key, and we're done with the table. Once you do this, immediately go design view to double check that the currency that they ask you to do is DD3M and 2Ys. To do this, I'll go there, date and time. Down here you have in the field properties the format. I'll just copy and paste the same format they included there in the paper, and I'm going to save it. Double check that it appears like they want. Where is it? And it appears like they want. Okay, next, this one should be yes/no, not a checkbox, which is the fees paid. Back again to the design view, fees paid, it's a yes/no. However, from the field properties down here you need to make it yes/no. Look up, make sure that it's not a checkbox, it's a text box. Save, double check, and we are good to go. This table is done. Next, place evidence to show that the field names, data type, and the primary key. To provide this kind of evidence, we go again design view, make sure everything appears, and make sure that you are taking the table name here and the needed data only, and we place it in the evidence. Let's open the evidence, and this is step number 13. So this is your evidence. And just make sure that it's big enough to be seen, not too big. And what else? Next, let's import another table. This time this table is courses.csv. We repeat the same step. We go external, from file, text file, browse, and this time we need courses. Next, delimit it always, first row, contain field names, double check it's a DMY from the advanced. Let's go next and check the field type. First one should be integer, then all text up to the course cost, which should be currency. Okay, integer, all text. So let's check the first one. Long or short integer, it should be an integer. So fix it from here, make it integer. And we go up to the course and we make it a currency. What else? 2 decimal places, we can set it later. The last one should be date and time. The last one is date and time. And next, for the primary key, where is the primary key? Course ID should be the primary key. So let's find course ID, and we are done. Once we have the second table, we can just double check the second table, and remember they said that up there that the currency should be 2 decimal places, and the date and time should be day, month and year. So let's fix first the currency. We go design view as usual, click on the currency, select the currency you like. They didn't specify a specific currency, however they specify the decimal places, which should be 2 decimal place. And next they say that date and time should be day, month and year, and since we already have them here in this format, let's have some kind of consistency, so I'll use the same format. Okay, I'll just copy the same format used in the previous table, and I'll make sure that I apply to this table so we can have some sort of consistency. And we are done. Do we need any kind of evidence? Yes, we need an evidence. So again, make sure that the table name is there and the needed data, and let's put them just under this table here and make sure that it's big enough, small space, and we're good to go. So what else? Next we have two tables, so we need to create relationship, and should be between the course ID and the course code in the other table. To create a relationship, first of all, make sure that you close the table. We go database tools, relationship, let's add both of the tables, and one of them has to be primary always. So they say that course ID, which is primary, with the course code there, which is not a primary. So the relationship would be one, which is primary, to many, as you can see here. And this is your evidence if they ask you for an evidence. And let's save and close it. Let's check whether they need evidence for this. Yes, and this is under evidence 14. So under evidence 14 down here, just copy it, make sure that it goes the second page over here. And this is your evidence where it shows the field included, and it shows that the relationship is 1 to many. Okay, let's continue. Enter the following details of the new record in the table, student table. Okay, let's open the students table, and we go down here and we select new record directly, and then the painful part, which is copying the information to your table one by one. Okay, I'll pause the video until I finish it and then we continue. And here is the last one, which is check. So you need to save the new record, and let's continue. Do we need evidence? No. And then step number 16, it says that using field from both tables, we need to produce a report. And since we already have tables linked in relationship, that means we'll be able to produce this report. And remember, whenever we come into this, the whole thing is divided into two parts. To produce a report, you need first to produce a query, and then we need to produce the report itself. And always this part is related to the query, and the rest is related to the report. In the query, we do two things: either we add a new fields or we filter the data, and then the rest of the points can be done in the reports. Okay, so let's start it first, and to start it, we'll just, for simplicity only, I'll just send the information that needed later in the report. So I'll send these fields, even though you can send all the fields in the table, but I'm going to send these fields only because I need them there in the report later. Okay, to create a query, we need to go query wizard, next, and we have both tables. So I'll send roll number, first name, last name, and DOB. Roll number, first name, last name, DOB, and course name, level, and fees paid. Where is course name? Course name, level, and what? Fees paid, payment type. So let's find fees paid, payment type, and course cost and late payment. Okay, let's find it here. Course cost, and we have late payment, and we won't find late payment because later we're going to create it. Okay, so we're good till now. I just next finish it immediately. I'll go design view to filter the data. What data should be filtered? Now I'll go back. Fees paid should be no. So it should show only no under fees paid. Click no, and immediately test it. Only no displayed. Go back, and payment should be check or credit card. So under payment type here, it should be check or credit card, and here we go, check or credit card. As you can see, now we have only 46 records so far, and that's it. What we need now, we need to include a new field that will appear only in this query and in the report, which is calculated at runtime, means appear in the query and the report, and this field must display the new course after a 2% increase has been applied. So what we need to do, we need to multiply the course cost by 1.02. Okay, so the new field name is late payment, and we need the course cost multiplied by 1.02. How to do this? We need to find an empty column here, right click, build a new field, course cost multiplied by 1.02, and that's it. Click OK, and now we just need to change the name to this name here. So as you can see, it's already named it as expression 1, so I'll just change the name, run it, test that everything looks fine. Yes, it looks fine, the name fine, and the data is there, and it should be as currency. And remember, the currency should be the currency used previously with 2 decimal places. Okay, and we have used pound, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to right click, go properties, and format this field as pound and decimal places 2, so we can have the same currency. And that's it for now. I'll just save and I'll move on. It says that later let's display the same data as a report now. So since we finished now, we'll go create report wizard, and I will send the field from the query, because remember that we have used the same field here for the query and in the same order. So I'll just blindly send them all. You can double check that they are in this order. Go next, make sure that all of them appear in the same box here, because they say that do not group the data. So don't make it like this where they have different groups. Make sure that they appear at the one box. And same goes here, appear in one box. Sorting, it's better to do it after you finish the report, especially if we have more than one level of sort, because here we have level should be descending, course name should be level should be ascending, and course name should be descending. Always do it after you finish the report. What we need to check, that it should be a landscape report. So I'll go next here, make sure it's a landscape. Next, this is the default title. Do I have a different title? Yes, include only this title. So I'm going to copy this title now and make sure that I put it here and finish my report. Immediately I'll go layout view, make sure that everything is visible, avoid this kind of hashtags. So I'll drag these to the left a little bit and control, and I'll drag these as well. Now as you can see here, date of birth, now it's good. So I'll drag it to the left as well. Everything should be acceptable. I need to push it a little bit. I think I need more space. So I'll try to get the maximum here. Okay. All right, and we have the level. This one, fees paid, left, payment type, left, course code, and late payment. Now I think it's visible and it's good. And make sure that you should have the same alignment. As you can see here, all of them should have same level and same alignment. Yes, now it's good. And remember that it says here that we should sort the data in ascending order of level and then descending order of course. And to do this ascending, we go here, group and sort, and we add a sort. So first one should be the level, and it should be ascending. So I'll select here level. Ascending, that means smallest to largest. And the second one should be course name, and it should be descending. So add another one, which is course name, and it should be descending, that means Z on top, and I can just hide it now, as you can see here. Okay, what else? It's landscape, already done this, the title, already done it, and then you have your name, center number, and caret number in the footer, so it appear in the same position on every page. Whenever they say it should appear on every page, whenever you go design view, make sure that you put it under page footer, where it will appear in every page. If they say appear on the last page, we can actually include it under the report footer, but for now we can put it under page footer, since it says that it should appear on each and every page. So Muhammad Mustafa and EG0019999 to look, as you can see, in first page and in the second page it appears. Everything looks nice, nothing is hidden except here, as you can see in the course name. So go back again, look for the course name here, make sure that increase it a little bit. This is a very large course name, so I'll just try and make sure that I give it more space here. Okay, do we have them now? Level, please go a little bit, give us more space. This is very painful to do. Okay, push. Too many fields are here. And I think we're done. Okay, so I'll save, and let's go back and save and print your report. I'm going to simulate the printing by printing it only as a PDF. So I'll go print, and I'll make sure that I print it as Microsoft PDF. Make sure that I select my folder, and this is report 1. Okay, so if I go to my file, I should have it here, which is nice. Make sure that everything is visible and nothing hidden. Okay, now question 17, we are going to produce another report, but this time it's a label report. And remember, whenever we are creating a report, first of all, what we need to do, we need to create a query. So let's create first a new query. And what field should be sent in the query? The same field that you need later in the report, which are here. So let's close this, and let's create a new query. And make sure that the query is created from the tables, not from the previous query. Never create a query from a previous query. And it should be course name, course type, and start date. Course name, course type, start date. What else? First name, last name. Okay, first name, last name. What else? Street underscore address. Do I have it here? Yes. And area and postcode. Area, maybe in the other table. Area. Where is area? And postcode. And postcode. And now we have a new query. Immediately we go where? Design view. And let's go back now and check the information that we need to put in the query. Course name, include the text, crop. And whenever they say include the text, that means it's part of the text, and we need to put it underscore to appear. So the course name here, it should be a star, crop a star. So whenever you'd like to show part of the text or to look for part of the text and display it, then you put it between stars. So as you can see here in the course name, crop it all. Yes, you have it everywhere. And course type should be university. Course type, university, run test. Okay, nice. And that's it. It should be sorted in ascending order of class name. We can do it later whenever we start the label, or we can do it here in the query since it's only a one field. So let's make it ascending of last name. Where is last name here? make it ascending, double check. So the last name is actually ascending. Okay, and we are ready to do now the labels. So in the label says they should be arranged in 2 columns and 5 rows with 10 labels. Okay, so 5 per column, that means there are 10. To do so, I need to say first, go create, and this time instead of create and report later, I will go into label, and I need to select 2 because they say that you need to select 2. For example, you can actually use these width and height. Okay, you can use this width and height. If you like to use them, you can use them, or you can use any 2 that will fit the condition, which is 2 column and 5 row. I will just show you how you can customize. First of all, if you'd like to use these exactly, you can do it from here. You can always go and customize, delete an existing one if I have one for now, new, and make sure that number crosses 2. And as you can see here, we have the width and we have the height. It says that here we have them as millimeter, and inside we have them as centimeter. If you look here, we have them as centimeter, so we'll use the centimeter one, which is here. So the width is 9.9 and the height is 5.7. So in the width here, I just put 9.9, and in the height here I will have 5.7, and I make sure that it's 2 across. Once I click OK, it will ask me to add extra margins because the margins here are still zeros. See, would you like to increase appropriate margin? I'll say yes, and it will actually increase these margins, add these margins for you to make sure that everything appears. However, this is still 9.9 and this is still 5.7, as you can see here. Okay, so click OK, and now we have it as label 1, and I'll go next. Any formatting can be done later. Next. And now let's see what field should be included in this label. These are the field, remember, the same field we use in the query. So I need course name, course type, start date, and these 2 should be in the same line, these 2 should be in the same line, but I'll just send them all under each other, and then later on I will change the orientations and the placement of them. Okay, so course name, course type, and start date, course name, and then course type, start date, first name, last name, street address, area, postcode. So I'll put them under each other for now. Go next, sorting. Remember, we've done the sorting here, up here, whenever it says sorting of last name. If you have done it here, it's okay. Otherwise, you can still here make it ascending of last name if I go here, but we have done it already. So I'll go next, and then I will finish it, and these how the labels will look for now. I need to fix them to make sure that they appear like this one. To do so, I'll go design view, and I'll make sure that they're a little bit smaller. You can see here. All right. And I will now remove the start date should be with the course type. So this is a start date. I put it here with the course type. Push these up, and what we need, first name and last name also should be in the same line. So the last name here, click only on the last name, drag it, make sure it's here, and push up, and make sure it's smaller a little bit, and let's double check that how it appears for now. Print preview. They look good. Nothing is cropped, as you can see. Very important to make sure that nothing is cropped. These are still far away, as you can see. Let's make them closer, especially first name and last name. So to do so, I'll go back again, design view. I just make sure that this is small. Push this to the left. The same, and push to the left. We can now make it smaller from here. Let's go back again, print preview. Okay, it's still far away. Design view again. You see what I'm doing here? You need to make sure that they appear nice. And print preview, universities, and we need to still make it further. So push them like this, print preview, and that's it. So you can even make them more further if you'd like to make them closer to each other. Now what we need to care about here is, now it says that it should be arranged in 2 columns and 5 per row. So now how many we have per row? 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 2 columns, but we need to make them 5 per row. To do so, we need to include another one here, but we don't have the space now. To add the space, I'll go back again, design view, make sure that it's smaller in terms of the height like this, and go back again, print preview, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you look here at the top of the paper, it's almost with the paper, with the printing paper. It might be cropped if it's printed using a printer. So I'll go back again, design view, make sure that I have a small header here, small header only, to make sure that whenever I go here, you have a space here. You get it? As you can see. So I'll add more, print preview. Now it looks nice. Okay. If you'd like them to be separated equally, you would like to push these to the right, for example, you can also come here and make sure that this is a very big, little bit wider here, as you can see. So you can push this one to this area here. So what else? Have your name, center number, caret number on the left at the bottom of each label. That means we need to go back again, design view, add a label here, and we can just put it here, your name, center number, and candidate number down here. So if I go print preview, you'll find that it appears in under each and every label as the question says here. Okay. Modify the formattive label so that only the first 2 lines are displayed in a larger font size. Only the first 2 lines. Okay. Center aligned and bold. So only the first 2 lines, that means this line and this line, it should be on a larger font, center aligned and bold. So to do it, again, we go where? Design view, only the first 2 lines. I'll go format here, make them bold, bigger in size, center aligned. Okay, let's check. Yes, they are very good. I will just make sure that they are closer, university, as you can see here, and the date. Let's make them closer to each other. So I'll make sure that only the date here is closer. Let's see. Yeah, it's getting closer, as you can see. Let's make it a little bit more closer. How about this? And yeah, accept it now. As you can see here, everything is nice. Okay, what else? Save and print your label. To print the labels, I'll just go print preview, print, and since I don't have a printer, I'll just make sure that it's printed as a PDF, and this is report 2, and save. Okay, if I go now to my folder, I can actually open up the report, as you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 10 per page, and we have a page and a half. Okay, and that's it. What else? I'm now printing the evidence. Okay, that's it for this part. See you later for the rest of the part of the papers and for other papers. Thank you for viewing, and I hope this video has been an informative video for you. See you later.